Meet Bayan Flow.
Sorry, we won't have an announcement video for this version. All right, welcome back. This is episode 2. So it's been a few weeks since I released Bayan Flow version 0.1.0, and honestly, I knew the moment I shipped it that there was a list of things I needed to tackle before I could call it production ready. Not bugs, really, more like foundational stuff that would be painful to retrofit later. Version 0.2.0 is out now, and this one's less about flashy new algorithms and more about making Bayan Flow feel like an actual product people can use globally. Let's walk through what changed and why. For anyone new here, Bayan Flow is an interactive algorithm visualizer. You can watch sorting algorithms like quicksort and merge sort rearrange arrays in real time, or see pathfinding algorithms like Dijkstra's and Ayoub explore grids to find the shortest path. It's built with React 19, Vite, Tailwind, and Framer Motion with the goal of clarity, making algorithms feel intuitive instead of abstract. Now, let's talk about version 0.2.0. This update was driven by 3 things. First, accessibility. The initial release was English only. That's a problem when you're building an educational tool. I wanted people who speak French or Arabic to use this without friction. Second, polish. Version 0.1.0 worked, but it didn't feel finished. No landing page and no proper onboarding. Third, maintainability. If I wanted outside contributors or even just to keep building this myself, I needed infrastructure. Let's start with the biggest architectural change, multi-language support. I added English, French, and Arabic using I-18 next. On the surface, that sounds simple. Extract strings, swap based on user preference, but Arabic is right to left, and that means the entire layout flips. Navigation goes on the right, text flows right to left, animations reverse. Tailwind 4 has RTL support, but I had to be intentional with every class name, turning things like margin left into margin start, so layouts adapt correctly. Now the app detects your browser language, switches automatically, and the UI just works. But trust me, you only notice it when it's broken. Okay, this one's a bit ridiculous, but I committed to it anyway. I added audio feedback using Tone.js. When elements compare during sorting, you hear a subtle beep. When a pathfinding algorithm opens a cell, there's a tone mapped to its grid position. And when the path is found, there's a little resolution chord. Is this necessary? No. Is it experimental? Absolutely. For now, it's opt-in and marked as experimental, but it does make the visualizer feel more alive. Version 1.0 dropped you straight into the visualizer. No context, no onboarding, no explanation. That's fine if you're a developer who already knows what you're looking at, but terrible for students or educators new to algorithms. So I built a proper landing page, hero section, feature breakdown, roadmap preview. Nothing fancy, but enough to communicate what Bayan Flow also is and why it exists. I also added React Router, so the app now has actual navigation, landing, visualizer, roadmap. It's basic, but it makes the project feel legitimate. Full screen mode, exactly what it sounds like. You can now hide UI Chrome and immerse yourself in the visualization, useful for presentations, or just focusing without distractions. I also added auto hiding for the legend panel, shows when you need it, fades out when you don't. Small improvement, but it keeps interfaces clean. And yes, I fixed control panel proportions for Windows users. Turns out Linux-centric layout assumptions don't always translate classic. Here's the part that isn't sexy, but matters. I went from a few tests to 31 test files, 666 tests total. We're talking Vitest setup, component tests, hook tests, utility tests. Not full coverage, but enough that I can refactor confidently without breaking core functionality. I overhauled the CI/CD pipeline too, code coverage reports, branch deployments on Netlify, PR source enforcement, and I set up Renovate to keep dependencies updated automatically. That last one has been a lifesaver. You might be wondering, why spend time on landing pages and internationalization instead of adding more algorithms? Fair question. The answer is simple. I wanted to finish the foundation once and for all. Adding new algorithms is easy once infrastructure is solid. Retrofitting RTL support, testing, or routing later? Painful. Also, my stupid brain decided to work on another project mid-development called Swiss Knife. Yes, another devlog for the future. It happens. The RTL work was harder than I expected, not because Tailwind doesn't support it, but because you have to retrain your brain to think in terms of start and end instead of left and right. Miss one class name, and suddenly your layout breaks. The sound system was a fun experiment, but I'm still not sure if it's good or just novel. User feedback will decide that, and the testing setup took longer than it should have. Vitest doesn't always play nice with Vitae module resolution. Got there eventually, but there was some head scratching involved. Version 0.2.0 is done. The foundation is solid, and now I can finally focus on what I actually wanted to do in the first place. Yeah, adding more algorithms. Next up, more sorting algorithms, more pathfinding algorithms, and what we already talked about in the last video, better complexity analytics plus Python integration, so you can see both the visualization and the real implementation side by side. If you want to try Bayan Flow, check the links below. The live app, the GitHub repository, and the product hunt page. If you've got feedback, especially on the sound system or the mobile experience, open an issue. That genuinely helps shape where this goes next. And if you're into devlogs like this, subscribe. I'll keep documenting the journey as Bayan Flow grows. And yeah, maybe talk about Swiss Knife at some point too. Thanks for watching. See you in episode 3.